It is a privilege having you today, where we have to talk about the issue going on in Cameroon. I believe during this period, we are all on a campaign to ask and call on many Cameroonians to register for the upcoming presidential election. And this is the prayer we have been putting in place. And the big question today is that somebody asked a question under live video I did yesterday, that if we registered, who are we going to vote? And this is something many Cameroonians are disturbed and worried about, because looking through all the 368 opposition parties in Cameroon, there is not genuine somebody that have presented some kind of blueprint to Cameroonians, or something concrete and documentary to Cameroonians that this is what I'm going to do when I will become the president of the country. And this, many people are worried, and some, because of this particular statement, do not even want to register for the upcoming presidential election. Because if you don't know who to vote, you will obviously would not know, have any reason to register, because looking through, you don't have any business with those who are scrambling for the post of the president. They are not worthy, they are not trustworthy to many Cameroonians. So the question I have to ask here is that the first thing you have to put in your brain is that we have to end one regime in Cameroon. That is the CPDM. So if you do not have any candidate to vote for, register and vote for anybody that you believe that is better amongst all the 368 opposition parties, so that we can take the CPD out. Or you should vote for somebody that maybe is carrying the crowd. Many people are supporting. Just add your vote to that person's own, so that that person can carry the day and the CPDM will be out. When the CPDM will be out, that is the regime we have been fighting throughout all this year. When they talk about CPDM, it came in 1985. CPDM is just the change of name. It was, first of all, it was created by Amadou Ahidjo in 1950 something. So this party has been in Cameroon for close to 60, 70 years, governing one party, governing a whole nation for close to all this year. So we want to take that party out, because during Amadou Ahidjo, it was just the same thing. Amadou Ahidjo's own period was even the worst, because he banned all opposition parties in Cameroon, and Cameroon was one party system. And then it was only thanks to President Paul Biya that he came up and dissolved the decision that Amadou Ahidjo took in 1966, creating one party. And in 1990, Nijon Frundi came up, and President Paul Biya, because of the pressure that was coming from the international community and Cameroonians, it allowed the Social Democratic Front to be created, and that gave room to multi-party system. So, and throughout, no other opposition party has ever taken power in Cameroon except the ruling party. And the only first thing we have to do is to take out the ruling party. Then we will know who are people we can. Because if we take out the ruling party, maybe one political party is coming closer, is having population, and then you discover that many people are willing to vote for this particular person. If you do not know who to vote for that particular party, so that that particular party can have the majority, and the CPDM will be out. And if the CPDM is out, then we will have a chance now to revise our constitution. Do not vote for CPDM. CPDM has been in power for all these years, 60 something years, getting to 70 years. But yet they have done nothing. Look at the route linking Yaoundé and Douala, the two biggest cities in Cameroon. Yet people are dying there every year, and the government in place, the regime in place, is so excited in giving us the number every year that 1,000 people were killed along the Douala-Yaoundé highway. A highway that, if you look critically, if you have traveled to other countries, you discover that it is a farm to market route that is linking Yaoundé and Douala. So I am pleading with you that if you do not know who to vote for any party that is having the majority, so that they will dominate the CPDM and take over power. That is my message. If you do not know who to vote for, that is my message. We have to change this, and we have to end this year. We have to end it. The CPDM has done the worst in Cameroon, and the only thing is to take them out. If we say we have to vote for, and it may be the present another candidate, it would not be different. Nothing will change. Even if they present another candidate, because they are all the same. Because it is not President Pobia giving order to little people and dance or this elite in our locality to be maltreating us. Somebody will stand up and embezzle the taxpayer money for himself. It's not that President Pobia is the one who gave the order. So the entire CPDM militants are the problems in Cameroon. So I am pleading that you should vote. If you do not know who to vote, vote for the party that is dominating, is having the majority, so that they will dominate the CPDM, so that the CPDM will be out. When the CPDM will be out, we will revise our constitution, and many things will change in Cameroon. Our main purpose is to vote the CPDM out come 2025. That is the main message. Look at Cameroon. It's having all sorts, all kind of way to have electricity, constant electricity. Dams constructed. That is what we have been hearing. But we are not seeing the increase in electricity supply. There are still villages in Cameroon today that have never seen, people there have never seen electricity with their naked eyes. There are cities, nearly all cities in Cameroon, Douala, Yaoundé, Buea, the capital of Cameroon, the economic capital of Cameroon, the former capital of Cameroon. When we were talking about cholera in 2022 and 2023, people were dying in this big city. Because of what? Because of lack of drinkable water. Under the leadership of President Pobia, under the leadership of the CPDM for 40-something years. It is terrible. And those to end it, you and I, to register for the election, vote for the person who is having the majority coming next to the CPDM, so that we will dominate the CPDM. The whole issue is that what we have to register so that we can have at least above 10 million registered voters this year. Not the usual 6 million that they remain 6 million every year. And they have been manipulating their ways. And I always conclude by saying that what, when you register, struggle by all possible means to take your voter card. When you take your voter card, struggle by all possible means toward the election, maybe 2, 3 months, 6 months towards the election, to be sure that your name is on the voter list. And then you know where you have to vote. Not that on that day you'll be running, go here, they say you were to vote here, and you come there, your name is not there. No, cross-check and check and check again and be sure where your name is, and you will be voting. And when you vote, you do not go home. Stay there, sacrifice that particular day, and secure that vote with your Android phone. Use an Android phone to secure your vote. Use your camera to secure your vote. Video everything, because we have the right to do that. The result in particular. And I am praying that maybe toward that period, we will create a forum where we will have people, representatives in all polling stations, that they will send the result for us to know. It is not that we are going to declare the result. No, we are not going to declare the result, because it is forbidden in Cameroon to declare the result before time. And that is exactly what happened in Senegal. It is also forbidden for them to declare the result before time. But you discover that the outgoing president congratulated the president-elect before the result was out. You discover that even the ruling party, the candidate for the ruling party, congratulated the president-elect before the results were out, because they used their Android phone, they used their camera to record and video all the results in all police stations, and people were aware of it. So if we do this in Cameroon, we are going to change things for better. There will be no electoral fraud. You vote and you stay there. And the next thing I want to tell Cameroonians is that you have been selling your voting right for a bottle of beer. You have been selling your voting right for a tin of sardine. You have been selling your voting right for a loaf of bread. You have been selling your voting right for food. You have been selling your voting right for 1,000 or 500 francs or 2,000 francs for all these 41 years. Then this year, try something new. Don't sell your voting right. Do not sell your voting right, and you will see the magic that will happen to Cameroon. That we will have a new president, a new Cameroon, a Cameroon that we all want. As I wrote in my book, Positive Mentality for the Cameroon that we want. The only change, the only people who can bring that change, you and I, we are the one to bring the change. No other person can bring that change. Only Cameroonian can bring that change. We struggle. We saw what the Amazonia did. They came with force. And then finally, more than 10,000 people have been killed brutally because the CPDM, they are aware of it. And who are those killed? Us, the common people. The top people are in their offices, enjoying. So force cannot work with the CPDM because they are prepared for that. President Paul Biya and the top CPDM militants, they are having a private army in Cameroon just trained for that particular issue. People with that heart, when they send they go and kill, go and torture your own brothers and sisters, they will torture even their own parents without any pity, without any sympathy, without any conscience, because they have been trained for that. So we are not going to go against them this time with force, with violence, but we will go against them in a way that they themselves will understand. But after, that is my message. So do not ask the question that if you register, who are you going to vote? Vote the person who is having the majority so that we will all dominate the CPDM. That is the answer to that particular question. Register. Don't say you will not register because there is not a trustworthy person within the opposition party. Even if you don't like the person that will become having the highest, vote for that person for the sake of your children and Cameroonians, and we will have the Cameroon that we want. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for dropping your own comment. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for subscribing to our own channel, TFA Talking Point. Every day we are here talking and creating solution to our problems in Cameroon. Lasting solution to our problems. Peaceful solution. And your own contribution counts a lot. Look at this question that this person posed. He has given us a topic and we are now coming to. So if you have any problem as a Cameroonian, drop in the comment section and we are going to talk about it. Thank you.